This is Katie Jalbert with Module 3 for Aspen University. Here we go. Fortune 500 company. I worked very hard to become the president of a Fortune 500 company. I started my journey with this job as a secretary right out of high school, and I am now the president through my journey. Through my journey, I have developed many expressive ties with the employees and to the company itself. I consider myself to be an expressive leader by focusing on and overcoming interpersonal problems, diffusing tensions, and promoting a healthy work environment. Currently, the CEO and the vice president of my company disagree about everything, leaving my role in our triad as the mediator or peacemaker between them. I would like to get them to resolve their conflict between each other. To achieve a resolution, I would ask for a meeting with the CEO and the vice president. In this meeting, I would set ground rules for respectful communication between both of them. Conflict cannot be resolved if one party is constantly badgering the other with disrespectful talk. Next, I would ask them to set aside their preconceived opinions of each other and start with a new view of each other. I would ask them to both listen to each other without interruption and to hear what each other has to say. Then I would ask both parties if they would write down their problem. Once written down, they would have to state out loud the problem. By doing this, it provides understanding and an agreement about the problem. Once the problem or problems is out in the open, a solution to the problems would have to be agreed upon. We would then discuss the solutions to their conflicts and how it will affect their leadership within the company and how their conflict resolution will make them stronger in their positions within this company. 3 formal organizations. There are 3 types of formal organizations: voluntary, coercive, and utilitarian. In the voluntary organization, members can enter and leave freely. Members are not paid for participation in the organization. Many people join this type of organization to be around like-minded people because they enjoy the company of others. In the coercive organization, members are placed there against this will. This type of organization is like going to jail or being admitted to a psychiatric ward in order to prevent harm to oneself or another. In the utilitarian organization, membership is neither voluntary nor forced. These type of organizations are formed for practical reasons, like myself joining Aspen University to get my BSN. A few years ago, when my husband and I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, we joined Habitat for Humanity to help build a few houses. This organization was completely voluntary, and we joined because we wanted to feel that we had helped someone less fortunate and that we were able to produce something for someone else rather than just donating money to a cause. We volunteered as a general construction workers. Although we both had never done any construction before, we learned how to frame a house, put up drywall, put in subfloor, lay tile, and of course paint. We volunteered twice a week for a few months in Habitat for Humanity. In Habitat for Humanity, it took 8 days to build a house. It was very well organized, and we were able to learn a lot. The only downside to this organization was the houses were built so fast that we were never able to be there from start to finish on a house. It was a very fulfilling time, and I hope our schedules will allow us to volunteer for something like that here in Arizona. In public office. My decision to run for public office based on my help of a friend who had served in public office and the knowledge I learned from their experiences is characteristic of Weber's ideal bureaucracy. Because in his definition, each office or position has clearly defined duties and responsibilities. With all offices arranged in a clear-cut division of labor, I should be able to follow the clearly defined guidelines to help me through the process and allow me to serve in public seat. In Weber's characteristics, I would be accountable to my supervisors as well as subordinates for all of my actions and decisions. I would be governed by a system of rules and regulations that will define my responsibilities when going through the election process, campaigning, and defining my role eventually in public office. These rules would ensure that I perform my tasks and performance regardless of who is in public office. While holding public office, I would be supplied with the items that are required for me to do my work. To improve my competence under these characteristics, I would obey the rules and perform efficiently. I would also get my degree in public service and take examinations to prove my knowledge of public office. There would never be any reason to fire me if I followed the rules and regulations that are provided to me to fulfill my job expectations. Creative manager. As a creative manager for a small group of employees in the advertising department, I noticed an employee's alienation and it has become concerning. To socialize this employee and to get them engaged in their job again, I would talk to the employee first, I would ask the employee if they had any feelings of powerlessness, meaningless, normallessness, isolation, and self-estrangement. I would ask if work has been done to becomes simple and repetitive. I would invite them to come up with an advertising strategy of their own. I would engage the employee in our work situations, perhaps have a company barbecue or social outing that would be arranged to help employees get to know one another so they have someone at work that they can befriend or be there when they are feeling alienated. And hopefully this will resolve the conflict that she has in work. Thank you.